All right, so welcome to Coffee with Markus. Today is episode 88. And I'll show you what's happening in the market so that you know what's going on. And then we'll talk about money management. Because if you want to grow your account fast, then money management can help you with that. Does that sound good? All right, fantastic. Now, if this is your first time here, welcome. Before we get started, let me give you a super quick intro why I am doing this show. Because here's what I'm seeing. Most people who start trading expect their account to explode, and they've seen the ads and emails that promise them to turn $2,000 into $1 million or something crazy like this, and then they start trading and they quickly realize that it doesn't work this way. So if you are sick of all the hype and empty promises, then this show here is for you, because my goal is to give you the strategies and the tools that you need to grow your account systematically, because that's the key. You see, everybody can get lucky every now and then, but being able to grow your account in a systematic, repeatable, and consistent way, that is the key to success in the markets. So in this show, I'll show you the tools that you need. I'll give you the trading strategies that actually work, the trading strategies that I personally use, and we'll talk about the right mindset of a trader, because that is super important. Also, in this show, it's all about facts and real trades. So I'll show you all of my trades, winning trades and losing trades. There's no hype here, just the facts, because I want you to succeed. And if all this sounds good to you, then click on like right now and we'll get started. Okay, awesome. So good to see everybody here. So first segment, what is happening in the markets? Let's take a look at this. You see, right now, all three major indices are up. The Dow, let's take a look at this first. The Dow is up a little bit over 1%. The S&P is up 1.2%, and the Nasdaq is up 1.6%. So, as you know, last week was the worst week for the Nasdaq since March. But now we have consolidated. In the previous Coffee with Markus, we talked about the importance of the 50-day moving average. So as you can see, on Friday, we slightly closed below the 50-day moving average, but right now we're well above this. So this gives us hope that this correction, and yes, it is a correction. How is a correction defined, by the way? A correction means if you're coming 10% off the previous high. And so if you look at this, we came down, if you look at the low of a day, 12%. And if you look at closing prices, we were at 11%. So yes, officially, this is a correction. It is not a crash, and I have many reasons to believe of why this correction will be over soon here, and we will head slightly higher going into the election. By the way, if you missed it, I did a very special Coffee with Markus on this of why did the markets crash, and I'll explain everything that I see right now on the charts. Now let's talk about some individual stocks, because there are several stocks today that are making new all-time highs. And one of them is McDonald's. Out of all the stocks, McDonald's making new all-time highs. So it seems that they're doing really well selling their Happy Meal, right? Nike is also doing really well, making new all-time highs. I've been pulling back a little bit earlier, but still good. FedEx, absolutely. Why does FedEx make new all-time highs here, or made it earlier today, right now also pulling back? Because right now, a lot of people are receiving packages. I just received a package from Amazon. Was it a little bit ago here? Anyhow, so what else? Oh, Sherwin-Williams, right? It seems that right now, since everybody is staying at home, everybody's painting their homes. So making new all-time highs here. And then, of course, we have to talk about Tesla. No new all-time highs here, but up 11%. Boy, this is a wild stock. And talking about the SRC profits, systematic, repeatable, and consistent, I don't think that Tesla is that Tesla is meeting our criteria here right now. Anyhow, so SRC profits, super important. I did a Coffee with Markus on this, the previous one. We'll link to it in the description. It's very important that you know what SRC profits are and why they are so important. All right, let me actually get rid of a few things here, and then we'll start our topic of today, which is money management, because that's super important. Okay, so let me just prepare a couple of things and we are good to go. All right, so let's talk about money management, how to grow a small account fast, because I received a question from one of you viewers here. And the question is, hi, Mark. By the way, my name is Markus, but you get the idea. My account size is only $6,000. Any strategy to grow this to $50,000 in a year? Okay, $6,000 to $50,000. Here's my answer. Hard to touch, you would have to use very aggressive money management to grow an account that quickly. And be careful, because always keep in mind, the quickest way to lose all your money is trying to double it. However, it is possible to grow a small account with money management. And today, I'll show you a mathematically proven and scientific way to grow your account. Okay, so, but let's talk about a few basics. So, first of all, super important, you must have SRC profits. And SRC stands for systematic, repeatable, and consistent. And again, if you would like to know more about this, I'll link to a video in the description. Now, one of the examples to generate, or one of the strategies to generate SRC profits is the PowerX strategy. As you know, there's my bread and butter strategy. Recently, we have been talking a lot about the wheel, so I thought I'd talk a little bit more about the PowerX strategy, because many of you have the strategy and are really interested in trading it. Anyhow, so let's actually jump over and let's talk about the picks for today. So PowerX Optimizer is a software that, based on the PowerX strategy, finds the very best stocks to trade. So there were probably 10 to 12 picks today. The three that we decided to trade with our mastermind this morning, because this week we are trading live with our mastermind, was AQST, Purple, and Yuri. But you know what? Let's just stick to with AQST for now. So AQST, first of all, we are risking on a $10,000 account. So let's talk about this. Okay. So first of all, risk management before we go to money management. On a $10,000 account, we want to risk no more than 2% of the account. So that would be $200. Now, when you use the PowerX strategy, there is two ways to actually exit. And the first is a conservative way to exit. What does this mean? The conservative way to trade the strategy, so the conservative exit with the PowerX strategy would be you're risking $200, and the goal is to make $400. So this is the conservative exit with the PowerX strategy. Now, if you have the PowerX Optimizer, then you know that we like to have a mix here between conservative and optimized, because if you look at the optimized level, so the optimized exit, let's just write this down here, the optimized exit with the PowerX strategy would be that we risk $200, trying to make, the goal here would be, with the optimized one, to make $1,000. Okay, so these are a few basics. So now you might say, okay, wait. Before we move any further here, what about losses, right? Absolutely. So let's talk about losses, because they are super important. So here's what I want you to understand. When we are talking about trading, there's always losses. And here is what I always like to show as an example. Let's say that you're doing 10 trades. And out of these 10 trades, 5 trades are losing trades. So in this case, there we go. This means that we lose 5 times $200, so we lose $1,000. Now we also have 5 winning trades. And if we only look at the conservative exit, so this means that we would make 5 times $400, which is $2,000. So let's take a look at this. How much money would you still have after 10 trades? After you had 5 losing trades, half of your trades are losing trades and the other half are winning trades. So you get the idea. So the profit after 10 trades would be $1,000. Now again, this is where I like to use averages. And because I told you today, yes, it is a mathematical way to show you how to grow your account. You'll see, we get to this in a moment. I just want to make sure that we are in agreement on the basics here. So if the profit after 10 trades is $100, so it means that the average trade yields you $100 after winning trades and losing trades. Okay. Now, you know that there's others out there who say, oh my gosh, you never have a losing trade again and make much more, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't really matter. So here's what I want to ask you. Knowing this math right now, do you think it's realistic to make $100 per week? If you know this math here. And again, we are also assuming, our assumption here is because with the PowerX strategy, I recommend that you have up to 5 open positions. This means that you have 5 trades going on at any given time. So what do you think? Is it realistic to say on a $10,000 account that you can make $100 a week? Yes or no? Just type it in. I'm curious here. No, I did not want to make this yellow. I want to highlight this in yellow. You see, most of the time when I ask traders, on a $10,000 account, do you think it's realistic to make $100 per week? They say, no, I can make much more. But I want to be really conservative here. But let me ask you, thus far, is this making sense? Is this helpful? Because now, with all of this in mind, let's actually jump over to an Excel spreadsheet that I have here where I can show you money management. Okay, so let's jump over to the Excel spreadsheet. Here we go. So I call it your long-term plan, and in a moment you will see why that is. So there's a few fields that I can fill out. For example, your starting equity. And for now, let's just assume you have $1,000. Now, I know that the commenter here asked if I can turn $6,000 into $50,000, but let's just say you have $10,000. Now, right now, as I'm recording this video, as we're doing this live, it is mid-September. It is September 14th today. And so let's say we start trading on October 1st. So let's say that we can make $100 a week on average after winning trades and losing trades. And again, keep in mind, we just did the math. I do believe that it is very realistic. Some of you might say, oh my gosh, it's absolutely possible. It is even possible to make much more, but bear with me, okay? So the risk per trade, we already established this. The risk per trade is $200. So $200, and since we have winning trades and losing trades, we believe that we can make $100 per week. So here is how fixed ratio money management works, because this is the money management approach that I've been using for many years, that I use to grow my accounts, and this I'm recommending here to our mastermind students, and therefore I'm also recommending it to you. So here's the idea. The idea is that you trade for 1 month, and if you would trade for 1 month and you make $100 per week, how much money do you make in a month? 4 times $100, 4 weeks, right? So this would be $400. And here's the idea. If you look at the last column here, and there's a reason why I'm not moving it higher yet. I'll do this in a moment. So the idea is, as if you start with $10,000 and then after 4 weeks, again, having winning trades and losing trades, you're going up to $10,400. Now you're increasing your risk. And you increase your risk from $200 to $400. Whoa, okay. Let's take a look at this. What does this mean? So if we increase our risk from $200 to $400, so we're basically trading twice as big of a position, right? So our goal here is, instead of trading, let's take a look at the PowerX Optimizer here for a moment, because the cool thing about PowerX Optimizer is it tells us exactly how many shares to trade. So here we would trade around 230 shares. So now we would trade 460 shares as our account is growing. So this means that now, instead of $400, let's actually see if we can, I'll just color it purple. We would make $800. So everything here would also double. So instead of losing $1,000 on 5 trades, you would lose $2,000 on 5 trades. And instead of making $2,000 on 5 trades, you would make $4,000. Does this make sense? Okay, are you following me here? Good, because that is the idea. Let's actually go back to the Excel spreadsheet. So once you get to $10,400, you would risk $400 on any given trade, trying to make $800. So yes, right now you are violating the 2% rule, and you have to if you want to grow your account more aggressively. Okay, so now instead of making $100 per week, if you're risking twice as much, you're making twice as much. So you would make $200 a week. So how much do you make in 4 weeks? 4 times 200, you're making $800, right? So your account in the next 4 weeks should grow from $10,400 to $11,200. You see it here at the very bottom of the screen. And again, there's a reason why I'm not showing you more rows yet. But let me ask you this. Thus far, if it is making sense, do me a favor, click on like. Here's why. Because right now, the software that I'm using is showing me the likes. It's very difficult to go through the comments. And if I see a bunch of likes coming in here right now, I know that I'm not going too fast and I keep going here. Okay, good. So you already get the idea. In the first few weeks, between October 1st and October 29th, we would make $400. And you would say, oh my gosh, I can make $400 on one trade. Good for you. The important thing here is really SRC profits. Systematic, repeatable, and consistent. I don't care if every now and then you have a winning trade. We talked about it in the previous video. Anyhow, so during the next 2 weeks, we are trying to make $800. And now we are not doubling our risk from $400 to $800. We're only increasing it by another $200. So if your account goes up to $11,200, now let's go back to this here. Instead of $400, you would now risk $600. So if you're risking $600, you are trying to make what? $1,200, right? You get the idea. So I'm marking this right now in a different color so that we know what color do we choose. Let's, that's not legible. Okay, you know what? As boring as it is, let's just use black. We use black, okay? So you get the idea. So now we are increasing our risk again by another $200. And yes, we are absolutely violating the 2% rule. But that is what money management does. The more you risk, the more you can make. And this particular trading strategy or this particular money management strategy that I'm giving you right now adjusts for it that it only increases your risk as you're winning, and as you're losing, it decreases the risk. I'll tell you a funny story here in a moment. Okay. So let's just keep going. So now we increased it to $600. So this means that now we are not trying to make $100 per week. We are not trying to make $200 per week. You see it right here. Now the weekly profit, we are trying to make $300 per week after 3 months of trading. So this means that in 4 weeks, how much money do you make in 4 weeks? You get the idea. 4 times 300 is $1,200. So your account should grow. Let me go here, from $11,200 to $12,400. Keep in mind, this is assuming that half of your trades are losing trades. Yes, you will have losing trades and you will have winning trades. The key is that you make more money on the winning trades than you do on the losing trade. And now you increase the risk by another 200. I think you get the idea, right? I don't want to bore you in this video because here's the important thing. I want to show you what happens if you apply this very mathematically proven, scientific way to money management to your account. If you do this and you grow your account aggressively with money management, you see, by December 24th, so by the end of 3 months, your account should be at $12,400. Okay, so now you keep increasing your risk, and look at this. So pretty much by April, so within 6 months, your account will have doubled. Your account will have doubled, and all you do is you're risking $200, $400, $600, $800. You always increase it by 2%. All right, take a look at this. Now here's where the fun starts. The more you risk, the more money you can make. And this is where, look at this. After 1 year, your account can grow into $50,000. The important thing is to make SRC profits, systematic, repeatable, and consistent. And the idea is, if you can make $100 per week on a $10,000 account, right? Then you can also, as you increase your risk, make $200, $300, and $400. Because this here is just a function. You see, the reward is just a function of the risk. If you try to make twice as much money as you're risking, you see the example here with the 10 trades. Let's actually make this colored in black so that you see it. This is where it's mathematically proven. Okay, so the cool thing is when you apply this consistently, you can actually double, triple, and even quadruple your account. So this is what money management does for you. This is why money management is so important. Now, why do most traders struggle with this? Most traders struggle with this because they don't have the patience in the beginning. See, in the beginning, your account is growing really, really slowly. And this is where the commenter here that asked me about turning $6,000 into $50,000, if I would tell him, I want you to focus on making $100 per week, but I want you to do this consistently, do you think that he would listen? Most probably not. Most people try to double their account in a short time. And the quickest way to lose all your money is trying to double it. Anyhow, I hope that this helped you to see how you can do it, how you can grow your account. If this was helpful at all, do me a favor and click on like. And if this is your first time here and you thought, oh, I would like to see more videos like this, then just click on the subscribe button and also click the little bell, because this way you get notified whenever I release a new video. Also, if you thought that this is pretty cool stuff, feel free to share this video, and I will see you in one of the next videos that hopefully should pop up on the screen here right now. Okay. All right. Now, let's see. I know that there's probably a lot of questions around this, and this is why I wanted to take the time right now to look at this strategy here, and we'll take a look at this together, at all the questions. So good for all of the questions coming in here. PKO says, good day in Wheeland today. It sure is. It sure is. So today was a good day because, let's actually jump to the account here for a moment. We were able to close BA, and you see we are so close to possibly trading SPR. You see, we like to close trades at 90% of the profit, and right now we are at 89.3%. So this will probably happen here. We also issued 2 more alerts. So for those of you who are following the wheel, we issued Apple and AIG, and Apple and AIG are nicely behaving. So that's already $90 for the day. And this is what I asked you earlier. Do you believe that it is possible to make $100 per week? Yeah, I think it is, right? Okay. I mean, you see it here. You see that ever since I started trading this small account here, it's a rather small account, we already realized $4,400 in profits. That is less than 2 months. Anyhow, yes, so good day in the Wheeland. Okay, good. Ex-dividend. So nice for these words. Can personally vouch for Markus since I've learned a lot since I followed him a while back. Also do videos on other strategies as well. Okay, great. Good for you. Okay, I see that many of you are agreeing that you can make $100 on a $10,000 account. But let's go to the questions here. So PKO says you should make $500 on 5 trades. You know what, PKO? It's a good point. Let me just show you something. When you are in a trade, you see, a trade might not be over in a week. It might take you a little bit longer. So you see, for example, for AQST, on average, it takes us 12 days to get out of the trade. So this is why, PKO, I want to be super realistic. But if you want, I can show you. You know what? Let's actually do this. I will show you what happens if, instead of making $100 a week, what if you could make $150 a week? This is when things go crazy, because this is how you could turn a $10,000 account within a year into a $64,000 account. Yeah, but here's the deal. Really, don't be blinded. Trade systematically. Focus on SRC profits, right? Systematic, repeatable, and consistent. And then you can apply money management. So yeah, but good point, PKO. I want to be super conservative because honestly, even if I'm super conservative, this is where you might say, Oh my gosh, really? You can turn $10,000 into $40,000 in a year, or $10,000 into $64,000? It is possible if you have the discipline to follow this approach. All right, good. Boone, so good to see you. Your method is the best of all YouTubers out there. Really appreciate it. It's worthwhile. The 147, you're probably referring to the power income alerts where you can mirror the trades that I'm doing. So probably today you received the alert as well for Apple and AIG. And yes, it is working out really, really great. All right, let me take a sip of coffee here. All right. So let's see. Peter, so good to see you here. I have read all your money management videos. They are great. Hope that this helps here. Now PKO says $10,400 times 2% is 208, not 400. Okay, let's go back to this. PKO, great comment. Here's the deal. This is when you apply the fixed ratio money management technique, you are violating the 2% rule. You're violating it and you're risking more on your account to make more. If you keep risking the 2%, this is when it gets tricky. This is when it takes you forever to get to the next level. So you're absolutely right that 2% would be, as you said here, 208, not 400. But this is where you're overriding it. You're overriding the 2% rule. But this is why it's so important to make sure that while using the 2% rule, to be able to generate these consistent profits that you're looking for. Anyhow, so PKO, is this making sense? This is why you're overriding it. You're risking more to make more here. Okay, so Alex, hope that this answered your question as well. So yes, you start risking more because here's the deal. This is why your account can dip lower. Look at this. So in the beginning, you risk 200 per trade and you have 5 open positions. So the total risk, 5 times 200 would be $1,000. So this means that if you lose on all 5 positions, you could dip down to $9,000. And now, here's the deal. PKO and Alex, this is when you risk more. And yes, you could dip down to $8,600. But let's face it, is this really a big deal? Think about it, right? I mean, if you have a $10,000 account and you lose $1,400, that is quite easy to replace, isn't it? Okay. So, Sama, don't understand how a person can dislike such an educated video. There's always 1, 2, 3 people who immediately, as soon as I go live, they click dislike. Hey, might not like the hair. I was supposed to get a haircut this week. Probably not going to happen. Anyhow, different story. So that PKO, good point. So is this a blackjack strategy? In fact, I actually use this strategy when playing blackjack here. So it's not a martingale strategy, but so here's a funny story that I wanted to tell you earlier. As you know, both my kids, my son Julius and my daughter Vivian, are active sailors. And a few years ago, there was a sailing regatta in New Orleans. So we went to New Orleans for the sailing regatta. And at night, after the regatta was done, all the kids were hanging out. And one of the other dads, Tony, he said, you know what? We're here in Louisiana. Why don't we go to a casino? I said, sure, let's do this. So I think we each had like $500 as a budget to have a fun night at the casino. So we went there and he said, so what do you want to play? And I'm not a gambler at all. The only thing that I know to play is blackjack because my son Julius really likes playing blackjack. So I said, let's hit the blackjack table. And so this is when the way how I bet is exactly like this. As I am winning, I'm betting more. And as I'm hitting a losing streak, I'm betting less and less. So we were playing for a little bit, might have been 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And I had a little bit more chips. Maybe was up to $550, $600. And I saw that Tony, who was just betting irregularly, was down to $200. And here's what he did. On the next hand, all in. What do you think what happened when you go all in? Same as in trading. Most of the time you lose it all. So Tony lost it all. This was our short evening there at the casino somewhere in Louisiana. Can't remember where it was. So yes, you can use this. These money management strategies actually come from the professional gambling world here. Anyhow. Okay. Good. Cody says, start trading the wheel 2 weeks ago and all of my 6 trades are winning trades. Fantastic. So good to see you. Okay. So Alex says, yeah, this looks like a very aggressive strategy. Alex, here's the deal. This is a really, really cool thing. Let me show you. You don't have to be so aggressive, because if you want, you can say, you know what, I'm just trying to make $75 a week. Or you could say, I only make $50 a week. That's a cool thing, right? So even if you would go for $75 a week on a $10,000 account, which I think is very, very doable. You see, you would grow your account within a year from $10,000 to $37,300, right? So I don't think it is super aggressive. It just means that you increase your risk, and as you increase your risk as you're making money, and you decrease your risk when you're losing money, right? So this is very important. These levels work both ways. So when let's go for the $100 again. So if you go up to $10,400, you risk $400. If you lose money and you go below this level of $10,400, you risk $200 again. So it's very important, Alex. It goes both ways here. Anyhow. Okay. So John, how does the 5 open positions play into this? I talked about it earlier. So this is how you get to the average weekly, because let's think about it. Let's think on paper. I think best on paper, right? So keep in mind that with the PowerX strategy, usually a trade is open for 12 to 20 days, right? So it takes 12 to 20 days until we close a trade. So this means it's 2 to 3 weeks, right? 2 to 3 weeks. So this means that you wouldn't realize it right away in the first week. But this is why you have 5 positions, because when you have 5 positions, you will constantly roll in and out of a position, right? I mean, you close one of the positions, then you enter a next one, and you get the idea. So this is how the 5 open positions play into this. Okay, good. So Timothy says PKO kind of saw the same as a good poker bankroll strategy. It's a good mathematical logic. That's what it is. Yeah, money is math. Like it or hate it, it's just the fact, right? So Timothy also says seems to be applicable in many risks. So Kai asked a great question. So is it a % risk or dollar risk? So this is the important thing. You start with a % risk and then you move to a dollar risk, right? That's how the fixed ratio money management works. By the way, I didn't invent it. It's Ryan Jones who wrote a book on it. It's called The Trading Game. The book is a little bit older. It's, I don't know, probably 20 years old. We can look it up if you want to. It's called The Trading Game by Ryan Jones here. Okay. Good. So let's come back here. Fabian, what kind of trading is this? Options trading or stock trading? You can apply this to both, because it doesn't matter, right? I mean, let's go back here. It doesn't matter whether you choose to risk $200 on an option trade trying to make $400, or if you do this on stocks. So it doesn't matter. This applies to both stocks and options. The key here is that you have sound risk-reward ratio, and this is part of the PowerX strategy. By the way, you see the book here in the background. If you want to, let me just grab it for you. If you would like to have a copy of this book where I explain the PowerX strategy, not money management, but the PowerX strategy in detail, there's a link right here. You can have it for $4.95. On Amazon, I believe it's $25. But if you go to my website, I'll be happy to ship it to you if you cover shipping and handling, which is $4.95. Anyhow, end of commercial. There we go. Good. So Andreas is asking, can I use the same strategy with a $50,000 start account? Of course, right? I mean, you can. If you have more money, you're just getting ahead quicker. So if you start with more money, right? If you, for example, say, okay, let's say I go with $50,000 and therefore I am trying, obviously you would risk more per trade, right? So the 2% would be $1,000 and you're probably trying to make $400 or $500 per week, right? This is how you can grow your account fairly aggressively, as you see. So if you start with a higher amount, it just gives you an unfair advantage. So great question here. Absolutely, you can do this. Okay, so Cody asked, does this money management work only with the PowerX strategy or the wheel? You see, with the wheel, you have to be careful that you're not maxing out your buying power. So you can apply it to the wheel, but be very careful that you're not overextending yourself in terms of buying power. So that's the only thing that I believe is important to know here. Okay, Andreas, so make $250 from 50,000 in a year. It is possible. It is possible. You have to be, you see, the key here is to be super disciplined, and apply this step by step. And this is when you're trading for growth. I did a video on trading for growth versus trading for income. I'll link to it in the description and probably also in the chat. So team, if you could do this, the trading for growth versus trading for income. This money management is perfect when you're trading for growth. When you're trading for income, you don't need this anymore. Anyhow, Matt, yes, $400 risk. Yes, we talked about this, right? So yes, you are violating the 2% rule. KW, would your $10,000 example work with options? Absolutely. It doesn't matter whether you're trading stocks and options here. So Wellness NYC is asking, would you sell puts on FedEx today knowing that tomorrow they will report earnings? No, I don't like to trade into earnings. I don't like to sell options into earnings. So no, I don't think that's a good idea. Anyhow. So Juan Pablo, we talked about it with the wheel. Just be careful. Yes, you can apply it, but please watch your buying power, that you're not overextending yourself. Okay, Andreas, the Powerex optimizer with options and this money management works as well. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay. Good. Jim did not get your alerts today. What? Call or text the office. Do me a favor, okay? Just shoot a quick email at support@rockwelltrading.com to see what happened here, or call or text them 512-337-1885. We'll take care of this right away. Andreas is asking, is this Excel sheet available for download? I believe right now not, but we can make this happen. So let me get back to you on this one. I'll ask the team to put it somewhere on a server that you can download it. And I'll let you know in the next Coffee with Markus how to do this. So do me a favor and subscribe right now so that you get notified whenever I release a new video. And then in the next Coffee with Markus, I promise that I'll let you know how you can get hold of this Excel spreadsheet. We either do this or we turn it into a Google Doc, because I know that some traders like myself like to have a Mac. Now, obviously, as you can see, yes, I do have a Mac and I have Excel installed here. But I think if we do Google Docs, it might be easier. So give me just a couple of days to figure it out together with my team, and we'll make it happen here. Okay. Really, the most important thing is your buying power, right? So are you trading it in an IRA account? Are you trading it on a margin account? If you're trading it on a margin account, are you getting 2-to-1 margin? Are you getting 4-to-1 margin? So just make sure that as you're going up the ladder here, so let's say you started with $10,000 and you're trying to make $100. So just make sure as you are increasing your risk that you're not exceeding your buying power. That's the most important thing I can say for this. Okay. So Linda is asking, when you're trading both stocks and options, is it 5 positions each or 5 positions total? 5 total, okay? Can be stocks and options. So stocks, options, options, stocks, options. That's fine, but 5 total. Okay, so How says, mindset and belief in your own system is so important. It's unlikely, but it's possible to have 5 losing trades in a row. It is possible. When that happens, don't panic. Review and move on. Wise words from How here. Okay. So Fausta says, I have 5,000 to start options trading. Will you take me on under your wing? If you're interested, $5,000, I don't know if it makes sense for you, but do me a favor. Contact Lisa. So I do have a mastermind. So this week, I'm trading live with my mastermind group in the morning. So we entered the trades live here this morning before the alerts came out. We looked at the PowerX trades that came up. So we identified these 3. And Fausto, contact Lisa to see if it makes sense to you, because here's the deal. If I'm personally mentoring you, we have different levels of mastermind, but it is a way more significant investment. So the investment in this mastermind would be more than you have in your account right now. So this is where, talk to Lisa. She can fill you in and see if it makes sense for you at all. Okay, good question here. Good, Marlene says, super like this SRC. If I can do this on a small account, I can do this in a big account. Yes, and if you can achieve, sorry, if you can achieve SRC profit, then you can use this money management to turn a small account into a larger account here. Good, good, good. How says, yep, I closed the BA trade for the wheel. Yeah, let me show you. Let me show you exactly what we did here. So with Boeing, let's actually go to the activity for today. So Boeing, I did sell it for $2.75, and today I was able to buy it back for 27 cents, right? Which is 10% of the max premium. So this means, let's see where it is right now. What was it? The 150 call. Let's just go there for September 18, fund 150 put. Yeah, it jumped a little bit up here again, going into the close. But it was trading, obviously, as low as 27 cents. This is why I got filled there. And again, you might have had you might have had a different fill. So always base it on your fills, not on my fills. This is why people ask me, are you sending out closing alerts with the wheel? No, we don't, because I don't know where you're getting filled. You see, today with Apple and AIG, I mean, I got filled on Apple. Let's just quickly take a look at this. So on Apple, I got filled at 56 cents. Now, the option was trading as high as, what, 70 cents or something like this? Let's take a look at this. Let's actually take a quick look at this. So Apple, let's quickly take a look at the high today. It was trading at 90 cents. So I don't know where you're getting filled. So this is why the question, are you issuing exits? No, close it at 90% and do it based on your fill. Super easy to calculate it, right? Okay, good, good, good. Awesome, nice episode. So good to see you here. This is one of the very few comments from Facebook. It's so interesting. We have probably hundreds of viewers on YouTube, and we have 10 viewers on Facebook. So it seems that you guys here are on YouTube much more active than on Facebook. Okay, Ricardo's asking, can we have this new MM list? Not quite sure what you mean. Contact Lisa. She'll get you whatever you need. Absolutely. Okay. The book, yeah, Ryan Jones, The Trading Game. Nicole just posted it here. Okay. So, John, how does the money management aggressive approach work when we slam into a sideways market? Here's the deal. What happens is that you're dropping below a certain level. So this means that now you start risking less again until markets go back to normal. So two possibilities. Either your account is just going sideways, so you're not growing it, but then you have times like right now where it is outperforming, right? You will always have times when a strategy is underperforming, and then there are times when a strategy is outperforming it. Anyhow, great question here. Okay. Good, good, good. Emmanuel, is you new to this channel? So good to see you here. My question is, what is the difference between trading stocks and trading options? I believe, Emmanuel, that I did a video on this. I definitely did a video on Options 101. It's a whole playlist. We'll link to it in the description for you, or here in the chat somewhere. Take a look at this. This is where you get an idea of how options work, and then you see the difference between trading stocks. In essence, yes, you still need to know, is the stock more likely to go up, down, or sideways? But then you have stuff like expiration and strike prices. So take a look at the playlist, Options 101. It's a free playlist right here on this channel. So good to have you here. This is where you get more information on this. Okay, so Michael is still, are you using still the VIX as a basis to trade shares or options? I keep an eye on the VIX to see that this is not going out of hand. Let's take a look at the VIX here right now and see where we are at. So let's actually see. So the VIX is at 25. You know that I'm keeping an eye on it. If the VIX spikes above 30, it did for a couple of days, and then it was right below 30 again. Because here's the deal. Whenever the VIX goes above 30, this is when we might see a market crashing. And here you also clearly see the VIX, Michael, is actually back below 30. So therefore, I don't think that we'll see a crash here. Okay, Mirko says, greetings from Germany. Are there no taxes in the US? Hold on. I want to come back to you full screen and then display your comment. Yes, there are taxes. I did a video on this. It's called Trading and Taxes. We'll link to it in the description and probably also here in the chat box. It's called Trading and Taxes, Mirko. Take a look at this. It might help you so that you see how exactly it is happening here in the United States. Blinder is asking, can I apply for the wheel for income? Yes, please do me a favor. Contact the office, support@rockwelltrading.com, or call or text the number on the screen here right now, and they can help you out with the wheel here. Okay. Ken, so good to see you here. Appreciate the strategy and the software. Truly enjoy following a plan now. This is important because when you have a plan, we talked about it. The 3 pillars of trading. Here are the 3 pillars of trading. Number 1, you do need a strategy. Number 2, you need to have the right tools. Number 3, you need to have the right mindset. These are the 3 pillars. STM. Strategy, tools, mindset. And too many people are trading without a strategy. They just take a look at the charts right now and say, hey, let's take a look at Tesla. It seems that Tesla is bouncing back. Let's buy Tesla. That's not a strategy, right? So yes, you must have these 3 pillars: strategy, tools, and the mindset. We'll talk about this here again in the next few videos coming forward. Okay. Dustin says, need another promotion for the power income alerts. I don't know when we have promotions. Call or text the office. They can help you out. If you're interested in getting the same alerts, the same trades that I do with the wheel strategy, right? Call or text the office. They can tell you what we have going on right now. I know that we do have a monthly subscription for $147. I know that we did a very special for a yearly subscription, annual subscription. Don't know if this is still available. If you're interested in this, here you go. Just call or text the office. They can help you out. They know all these things. Okay. Good, good, good. Okay. So Blinder is asking, can we have a copy of the Excel spreadsheet? I'll find a way. I mean, right now it's residing on my computer, so I need to talk to the team. We probably need to upload it somewhere so that we can give you a download link. So please stay tuned. In the next Coffee with Markus, I'll let you know how you can get a copy of this Excel spreadsheet. CRCR, another special on the power income alerts would be great. Talk to them. Right now, I believe that probably Ellen is available. If you call or text her, Michael might still be available. Trixie, don't know who is available right now. Call or text them. They can help you out here. All right. Well, time is flying when you're having fun. We are at the end of the session here. So, so good to have you all here. If this was your first time here and you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel, because this way you get notified whenever I release a new video. You have to hit the little notification bell. If you like this video, feel free to share it with others. Do me a favor, like it right now if you enjoyed this video, because this way you get boosted by the YouTube algorithm and we get more viewers on this video, because I believe that there's way too much crap out there where people are telling you, oh my gosh, yeah, you can make $10,000 in 2 days. And this might be possible, but these are not SRC profits, right? Strategic, repeatable, and consistent. If you're interested in learning how to make these profits and how to grow your account in a systematic, predictable, and consistent way, follow me here on YouTube, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.